Well, welcome to my Bajerski YouTube channel. I got my coat on because I'm actually ready to go home. I've been working all day on some beautiful crystals, some moldavites, kakokatite, and just finished a couple of hours working with Vivianite. So I'm going to talk about them tomorrow. Today I'm going to just leave you with. I guess we'll have a little chat before I go. It's been very productive today, very productive. We've got out a lot of Christmas offers, which that was my promise to a lot of clients. So yeah, so what we're going to talk about before I go? Well, a friend of mine, Lynn, she just put something out there which was quite funny, and the reason why it's funny is because I've personally experienced it, and also with my clients. And that is, be careful for what you wish for. I can relay one story of a beautiful lady who came from, I think she might have come from the Czech Republic, actually, maybe roundabout there. Anyway, I remember she came for a healing and reading many years ago, and very pretty lady, and always seemed very down. Never, something was missing, something wasn't quite right. There was a kind of void every time there was a healing and a full psychic read, and it was always with regards to self, with herself, and almost like there's something she's looking for but she can't find. And whatever she was looking for, she believed she knew what it was. And what was missing in her life, she believed she knew what it was. And every time I'd put my hands over hers and feel that energy, it was almost like, be careful for what you wish for. And I've just said that to Lynn on the post that she's put out there for people to just be aware of, be careful for what you wish for. And that doesn't mean any negative, derogatory, nasty thing that I'm saying. No, it's like, before you really believe you know what you're looking for, it's always a really good thing to ask yourself, is it really what I'm looking for? Is it in the exterior, or could it be something within? And throughout the whole of my working life with clients, I don't think there's ever been one particular time that I can say, well, there are certain times where the client wanted something external from themselves and believed that that would fulfill them. That never lasts for long. And one particular girl, really beautiful, mid-30s, unhappy with the relationship because the relationship she had wasn't enough, and she felt she was missing out. And when she looked on other people's timelines, and when she saw her friends out with their boyfriends, she always felt that the relationship was a bad one, negative. And I remember she came to me many times, and she was fighting this belief that the person that she was with wasn't her soulmate, which is fine. I've got no issues with that at all. And also never gave her what she believed she needed. And when we really went into depth into this man, it was very clear to see that let's say his behavior, the way he naturally acts in life, is very true, very honest. When I read the cards, it said he was a good man and an honest man, and one that may not have, let's say, the qualities that you wish for, just like you wish for a beautiful mum to love you and listen to you, and a dad who's cuddling you all the time. So you want this, partner who will cuddle you and hold you and love you, and be at your beck and call, like you see from the exterior of all the other relationships, which are not really true. Most of them are very false. So it became evident that she was becoming extremely depressed. And so it was about a year after the healing session and the psychic read that she came back, and I could see she was clearly distraught and distressed because she couldn't cope anymore in the relationship. So she decided after a healing session to get the strength to move forward. So she did. She left this relationship. I think it was a relationship which might have been about 6 or 7 years. Funnily enough, it's normally about the 7-year itch period. Strange that, but very interesting. And I remember it was maybe 3 or 4 months, and she came back with a huge smile on her face. I was so happy. How's everything? Amazing. And I could clearly feel that she was in a honeymoon period. I call it a honeymoon period when you meet somebody new. And it was everything that she wished for. And that was really nice. I was really happy for her. Look, if you're happy, you're happy. That's all that matters. So I normally give a reading, but she was so excited. She wanted to tell me all about this man and how wonderful. And I always remember the massaging my feet. He massages my feet every night, and so on. And calls me all the time, blah, blah, blah. And, it's just, I've never felt as loved and as protected, I think the words that she said. So we did the healing session to strengthen her and make her feel good. And this time we didn't read the cards because I said, well, if you really, you seem like, you've got what you want. Why do we even need to look at the cards? Which made me happy because, I prefer giving a healing session so she's strong and she can move forward. Anyway, about 3 months later, she came back for a read. But this time she was in a very, very different place. And the place that she was in was, if I was to measure between the first relationship that she walked away from and this one, if I was to say that the first relationship was about being happy, about 5-6%, 7 maybe, and this next relationship was about 1% of happiness. In fact, I've never seen her, I never saw her, so I think the words were shocked. And she wanted a reading, so okay, let's do a reading. It clearly showed that the person that she'd met, indeed, everything that she wanted came true. But we never spoke about that till the end of the reading, because the first part of the reading was more about her and facing up to truth. So in the read, it was exactly as she wanted. The man was indeed loving, very, very, I think if I remember right, articulate, precise, and nothing untowards, no anger issues, no procrastination, no lies, no cheat, just a very, very good man, a very passionate man. And after I finished the read, and she was clearly upset, and she opened up and started explaining that this man was obsessed to the degree that he would follow her into the toilet and she couldn't even wee on her own. And it got to the stage where she couldn't breathe. Literally, she couldn't breathe. That was the shock energy that I felt. She felt trapped. But yet everything that she asked for and everything that she wanted, she got. She told me at the very beginning when she was leaving this first relationship that she didn't want a man who wasn't there all the time. Maybe he wasn't there all the time because he trusted you. Maybe he wasn't there all the time because he'd got a life. Maybe he was there, he wasn't there all the time because he wanted to give you space and freedom. And maybe all the things that you had made up in your mind and your thoughts and your brain was that this man didn't love you. Never said that in the cards. It said that he loved you very much, but he may have not shown the love that you wanted. And now here we are, months on, and the man that you wanted to show you the love that you wanted, now, literally, she couldn't stand it. She was actually, it felt like she wanted to be sick. It was so intense and too much. But yet it was what she asked for. So it was funny when I read it was only a short that she put out there about, do you want a man who's always loving and kind and always opening up to you and showing your emotions? Do you really want that? Do you really want a man like that? Well, maybe there's some women who do, but my experience over the years is that sometimes the most beautiful love that we have is right in front of us sometimes and we don't see it. And it's true to say that many men and women always want what they don't have. And they wish for things that, in truth, is the last thing that they would want. So I guess the moral of today's story is be careful for what you wish for. What I tend to do, which has helped me along my journey of love and experience, to not just partnerships, but partnerships in business, friendships, and so on. What I've tended to do is, before I even enter into these things that I want or that I think my brain wants, and I can say this like about the opposite sex, Am I somebody who looks at women and wants them? No. What I do is I look at a woman and think, you know what? It's not easy. No relationship will be easy, no matter who that woman who walks past. And she might be beautiful, but we all come with baggage. We all come with issues and problems. And is it really just looks? Is it really, oh, I fancy that person. Ooh, what about all the stuff that comes with it? I mean, look at you, look at me. What do you think I come with? I come with tons of baggage. We all do. So, it's a really great thing that I've learned to not allow my desires to overtake truth and reality. So now, if I'm going to meet somebody and do business with them, one of the tricks I use is I actually play out the day with them. So I close my eyes and I leave the building at 9 o'clock in the morning. I go and meet them and spend the whole day with them. And I actually play that through in a kind of meditation. And, I use it for everything. Okay, buy a property. Is that property what I want? Close my eyes, see myself there. And it's a hard one because when we get so excited over something, all rationality, all balance kind of leaves because we're so wanting and desiring. And it's not easy. But it may be something that you can use and give it a try. So next time you're going to do something, or maybe have an affair, or think about going with another man because he's better than your man, or going with a woman because the woman that you have isn't really fulfilling what you want. You know, I think there's a reason why we're together and why we meet. And sometimes putting the effort into the relationship and seeing the quality of the person that we're with rather than looking outside for something to fulfill within. I don't believe any relationship fulfills within. I think there's a beautiful path that we walk, and sometimes we walk together and that love grows or it fades. And I don't know about you, but I don't look for something within my partner to fulfill the joy and happiness in my life. I think that's just a bonus. And if we have, good times, great days, that's wonderful, but it isn't expected. It isn't needed. It isn't demanded. And if I'm ever feeling down, then I need to work on myself and figure out what that is within me. And I think it's a great, laying the blame on other people is a very easy thing to do. I'm not happy. Why? Because of him, because of her. I think it's something that's been programmed into us as children as we get older. And I think a really good thing is to start to look in our own mirror and figure out how we can expand and become happy and joyful. Not easy, but I think that's ultimately the most powerful way to be in a healthy relationship and to truly finding what we truly desire. I kind of see it like when you go to a supermarket, with an empty stomach. You end up with 10 times as much food than if you went to the supermarket with a full stomach. Because when your appetite, when your desire for food is no more, then you're not like, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. I don't really want that. I don't really need that. But then when you're starving, it's like, oh, I'll have that. I'll take that. Give me everything, And it's a bit like, I think I kind of consider it over the years a bit the same as how we can behave when we are lacking of love. Then we're looking for love anyway. You just give me any love. And that never fulfills the love within ourselves. But when we work on ourselves and feed ourselves with self-love, then we don't look outside for something to fill us with love. It's just something that I find fascinating. I don't know if this sounds like a load of codswallop, gobbledygook, garbage, but it's just something that I find fascinating. And throughout the whole of my decade and a half working with men, helping them through these moments, and a lot of the times that they go through that and go, yeah, I know, I was crazy, I know now, I get it now. And maybe they need to go through that. Maybe we all need to go through that to really understand ourselves. And they always say that if we don't ever really get it, that same experience comes back to kick us or bite us up the bum. So, not that I'm trying to take away your experience, but it's something to think about before you walk away from a relationship. I always find this fascinating. Over these years, I can honestly say, hand on heart, that the ones who walked away from a relationship like I've just discussed always seem to look back on that relationship and wonder, would it have worked, or thought, what a fool I was, and maybe I should have thought a little bit harder, and maybe I shouldn't have, and I wish I shouldn't have, wouldn't have, oh, only if I didn't, only this, and that was normally the reaction to what I felt from my clients when that happened. But of course, it's a little bit too late then. It's kind of broken something, something invisible that, it's very difficult to move back to. Very rare that it does. I never really saw anybody work out Okay, I wish I hadn't have done it, I'm back with you now. Very rare, maybe 1% to 5% that it did work out, but it's almost like once you've gone, then it's done. That it's done. So maybe there's a reason why it was done. And it might not be on your part for walking away, but it might be a blessing for them to find somebody who isn't lacking of love, and then they do find somebody to love. And this is a little bit might be a bit painful for you all, but I have noticed something huge in these past 20 years, and that is that people who tend to run away from relationships or cheat or do things in relationships, I know it's going to upset some people, but I don't know what it is, but I can name 100 men and women never seem to settle thereafter. And every relationship after that seems to be either turmoil, problematic, to the point where they really struggle to even have a relationship. So, moral of today's message, I guess, is don't run away from anything. Work on yourself and work on self-love until you're 100% full of that love, and then make the decision instead of running away because you feel empty of love. There you go. A little bit of self-help. Or not. All right. Have a lovely day, guys. Thank you so much for going to markbajerski.com, buying your authentic crystals, oils, incense today. It's been a very successful day, and you've got some amazing offers of Christmas deals of Moldavites and so many other wonderful oils and incense. So thanks for that. I appreciate it. And have a lovely day till tomorrow. Let's, send me a message if you've got anything else to discuss and any thoughts and feelings, and let's see if we can tackle it. And let me know what you think about this. Is it Cobb's wallop, or does it make a little bit of sense, or makes no sense at all? Let us know underneath. Have a great day. Thank you for subscribing as well. Take care. Bye for now.